got going on?
Hi everybody, this is a little video today on my uncle's garden, what he's got going on here at his house. He's got some basil. Now what's the story behind this basil?
This is basil from our own seeds here from last year. Planted these seeds on 328, and that's some organic. Next to it is some organic oregano, which I just planted the same day, 328.
These are popping up pretty quick.
They're just popping up, yep.
Nice. And you got your old pepper plants.
A couple old pepper plants that I brought in from last year just to see if they could make the winter, but I didn't tend to them all winter. They were just in the house.
Nice. I just want to show these guys the size pot they want to use if they grow the cherry tomatoes inside.
Oh yeah.
This would probably be the right size pot.
It would be at least that big, yeah.
At least this big. I don't know how many gallon it is, but
5 gallon at least, I would call it.
5 gallon pot. So you're trying to revive this one here, or you just?
We're going to trim them up and see if it makes it, and I'll just plant them in the garden.
And what's this, parsley?
That's parsley I brought in from last year.
Beautiful. Alright, cool. Alright, let's show you guys the greenhouse.
This pot's 1.25 cubic feet. I'd say 5 gallon pail.
5 gallon pail? 5 gallon pail if you're going to grow the cherry tomatoes inside.
This is the greenhouse where Ellie Rothrain and I have started our plants.
For years? You had this for years, haven't you?
Many years, probably for about 12 years.
Show us what you got going on here.
And so right now we have cherry tomatoes in the green containers that LA started. Here's how we started them, in a little pot like this. This pot is the exact pot there. These are pear plums. And here are the cherries.
The same ones that they have, right?
Yes, and I've already taken 100 and some cherries. I have very good germination on these I think they were 90.
These are 2007. 2007.
These are 2007.
So these are the same ones that all you guys have. They come from the same seed.
Yes,
and
LA picks the tomatoes that we're going to make the seeds from, and then he makes the seeds every year on these.
For some reason this year's been great for germination. I don't know why, but Bob's been raving about it, so is LA. So what else you got here?
These are a few cucumbers I started just a couple days ago, and they're up already.
Wow.
And in these little cans and red containers are our pear plums. I just transplanted these this morning.
Beautiful.
And last night.
These are cherry tomatoes as well?
These are 2 cherry tomatoes that LA planted earlier.
Cucumbers, my favorite.
Yep.
Got a bunch of those. What's up here?
Oh, cucumbers started these yesterday. The 26th. No, yesterday I started these.
What are all these puppies?
The green is cherries.
Wow.
In the green containers. We separate the containers so we don't mix them up.
Beautiful.
So the green will be cherry, black will be ratatouille, and the cans or the red will be pear plums.
Nice. And this is your little potting bed, or?
My potting thing. I bring buckets in from my compost pile. I'll bring buckets in here and I'll pot everything from here.
We'll show you the compost pile soon. It's how old is that compost pile? Like,
probably,
you got some that's like 20 years old, right?
No, maybe 13 years.
Can we show them what you got going on in here?
You can. If you want to.
So, you just built this sunroom addition.
Yeah, we'll put some plants in here. Overflow from the greenhouse. We'll use this to keep our little plants going until we put them in the garden.
Beautiful.
Here I'll put 3 tomatoes here. I do every year just for the fun of it, and cucumbers and tomatoes, and they grow pretty good up the side of the house.
So you can, I mean, this doesn't look like a place where you'd normally grow something, but that just goes to show you that you can plant anywhere.
Typically I'll have tomatoes and cucumbers on the roof.
Really?
Yeah, last year I didn't. It was a bad year, but typically I have tomatoes. The plants will be above the roof, and the cucumbers, I've had cucumbers growing on the roof before.
So they get that tall?
Yes.
Wow.
Now this bed right here, you can see the 3 stakes. LA Rothrain is going to plant some lettuce here today.
What's the stakes for? Just the row?
Just the rows, it's all that is, just to show him where I want them. And then up there on the top we'll have probably either some tomatoes or maybe peppers this year. I switch once in a while. This is a very good spot. I don't know why, but
I think you get a lot of sun because the sun comes up right over that mountain,
good
right?
sun here, and it's next to the garage and next to the water. That's just a little
cool little spot.
See, I don't like that. I gotta fix that up. That's not good for filming, really.
Okay, what else we got here? Usually lines the ends of his. Usually line the ends with flowers, don't you?
Yeah.
Which is nice.
The front, in the front of each one of these rows, I'll have some flowers. This is my big cherry, where I'm going to try to grow a big cherry, and bigger than LA Rothrange, Master Gardener Rothrange.
Yeah, we're gonna beat out LA this year. There's a little competition between this garden and then the Elm Street garden downtown.
And others compete.
So what do you got going on here with the glass? You're just trying to create a lot of heat?
This is just I'm warming up the soil, and I'm gonna put my big cherry in the center of this, and I'll put it in where there's still a chance of frost, so I can cover it up at night. That's all that's for.
That's a pretty cool setup.
Then over here, on this hill, this year I have sugar snap peas grown. I planted them yesterday on Good Friday on both sides of that mesh, and they'll grow up the mesh. In the front here I'll put a cherry, and then I plan on putting broccoli along on this toe here today, maybe.
Nice.
These other hills will be tilled up and planted.
You putting in peppers this year?
I'll have peppers, cucumbers, 3 different types of tomatoes, many types of squash. My favorite's a yellow squash.
Nice.
I'll have potatoes, corn.
You usually grow potatoes?
I always grow potatoes. I usually have enough potatoes for most of the year. I store them in the basement. Down there at the bottom, we can take a walk down there. That's my garlic hill this year. I switch the hills different years. I put 700 garlic in there, red garlic.
Holy smokes!
From our own garlic that we've raised for many years. I try to make as many seeds as I can myself and store them so that they're all natural seeds.
Gotta save your seeds. All right, cool.
We can take a walk down and I'll show you the garlic.
Let's check her out. Now, you notice there's a ton of leaves here, and you guys could do this too if you have your garden. Just ask your local municipality, right? If they have.
I get the leaves from the municipality, then they don't have to deal with it. I put them in between the rows each year. That keeps the weeds down, and also it composts.
Yep, just better breakdown for your soil. I don't know if you guys.
You can see how well the garlic's coming. This was planted in November.
You planted this in November?
November of last year, yes.
Wow, that's a huge garlic bed.
There's 13 rows and there's about 700 total.
700 garlics.
Now in the front here, I'll put some flowers, and I may put some an herb in here.
Nice. Now you had your basil and parsley down here last year, right? Yes, or maybe it was the year before.
Last year, I think it was here, I had some
nice
parsley and basil.
We got the happy chickens there. Speaking of chickens, do you have any more eggs?
I do have some more eggs, yes.
I could get some when you get a chance. And we got the bees down there.